Hi everyone. There's going to be a series of videos here joined together, so there'll be different days just because this is Super Bowl Sunday coming up and I have a lot of company coming, so I need to do a ton of housework. And right now I just finished cleaning the craft room, so I thought I would film a little bit because I kind of have this idea. Remember, I was going to put something different. I was going to do one of these things, but it was too bulky, so I changed my mind. But I wanted something on here, and Janice has these in her kit, which are the wax seals, and they have, I don't know if you can see that, but they do have a masked person on that. And I thought, you know, simple is great sometimes, so I think what I'm going to do is glue this down, and then I'm going to cover it in glossy accents or diamond glaze. I'll probably use diamond glaze. I want to make sure that I really glue it down, let it dry, and then do the diamond glaze on it. So I'm going to start with that. Oh, my craft room is so clean right now. Got everything organized and put back where it's supposed to go. And then swept and dusted. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do with myself now. We got the hall closet downstairs all cleaned out. I chucked a whole bunch of shoes out. Well, I'm donating them actually. And vacuumed all the cobwebs out of the hall closet. My brother came over, I guess when the trees were ripe with the chestnuts. He's got a chestnut tree. And if you've never heard this before, if you put chestnuts in the corner of your rooms, spiders don't like them for some reason. And it really does work because we've had hardly any spiders this year, and we usually have loads of spiders. But we had one in the closet. I'm shaking my husband's coat and I saw something fall, but I couldn't really see him because he wasn't one of those wolf spiders. He was one of those long-legged things. Anyway, I saw him at the last second, and so yeah, he went bye-bye. I know, I really hate spiders, you guys, so I'm not very nice with spiders. Hang on, let me get my diamond glaze. Where is it? Oh, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. I have a few different kinds. This is the Judikins diamond glaze. I have the glossy accents, and I also have the Mod Podge one. I really don't like the Mod Podge one. It's super, super liquid. This one, I quite like this one. I like this one better than the glossy accents, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to start, and I'm going to do it really light. I don't want a ton. I just want it to be a little bit dimensional, but really shiny. So you move it around with the tip. Don't keep squeezing, just kind of get some out. And that way you're less likely to get a bunch of bubbles. Bubbles are the worst. I hate that. So I'm no longer squeezing this tip. And there's probably still some coming out, but it's not like it would be if I was squeezing it. So you guys have been awesome subscribing to my other channel. I didn't expect that at all. I only have 2 videos right now. I did film one, but I wasn't happy with the way I did it, so I'm going to do it again on another day. But like I said, this week is going to be pretty busy between, you know, all my stuff I need to do. And yeah, just everyday living, right? So you can see I'm just using the pin, moving it around, This is going to probably pool in the center just because this isn't going to be flat, right? I'm going to stick something heavy on the paper just to weight the flip down a little bit. I just love the results of this stuff. It just looks so pretty. And then when it's completely dry, I'll probably put like a heavy book or something on it to flatten it out, because it's probably still going to curl the page a little bit, because it shrinks when it dries, right? So you're going to get a little bit of a curl. I know I'm spending way too much time on this, but that's just what I do. So then I look at it kind of sideways so that I can see if there's any bubbles that I'm not seeing by looking straight down, and if there's any spots that I actually missed. I think I pretty much got it where I want it. I ordered a new video camera, you guys, so mine's really old, and I've noticed that the quality just isn't the same as it used to be. And because of the other channel, you can actually see me. I wanted to be able to turn it on with a remote. Well, this camera doesn't even, you can't even get a remote for this one. It's old. I prefer a camcorder, which is what I'm using right now, to like my DSL camera. Yeah, I just do. Okay, I'm gonna this should be heavy enough maybe. I just don't want it to fall over and then splat. Yeah, so I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna go do some more housework. Really getting organized. I had cleaned out my closet, got rid of a bunch of clothes. They're in bags, so my husband's gonna go and take those to the thrift store. And then got the bag of shoes. I took out a bag of shredded papers, swept my floor in my craft room. I'm gonna go make some bread. And what else am I gonna do today? Oh, I even made the bed. I mean, that's pretty amazing for me. Yeah, and it's only Tuesday. So that's pretty good. I had some other things I was planning on doing today, but, you know, like, you don't really care about that. You just want to see me craft, and I get that. The other thing my husband and I were talking about is, because somebody had said, gee, I wish we could see your face when you're crafting, but, I mean, how do you do that if I'm showing my work, right, and looking down? You're not really going to see me. And I've seen other crafters, but it's a 2-camera setup, you know, where one is filming them face on and one is filming down. And I just don't have the room in this craft room. I'm still working on getting an overhead, like a boom. And as long as it's as high as what I have now, which is probably only about 3 feet, maybe 3 feet high from the bottom here to the top of where my tripod sits. So you can make one. I think I'm gonna get my brother to make me one, and then it can just sit on my table and the camera's hanging, so it'll be a straight down. This is pretty good. I have to say, this is pretty good. My camera is not on an angle too much, but sometimes, you know, it does seem a little cockeyed to me, so I try not to move my camera around. But now with the other channel, I'm moving my camera constantly, up and down, up and down. I did figure out where to put my lighting, where I don't get shadows. See, no shadows. I'm super happy about that. So I'm always trying to improve the channel, the quality, you know, what you're looking at. I want you guys to see the true color, and you see close enough that, you know, you're not struggling with anything that I'm doing. It's difficult because when you're looking in a little viewfinder, you think that, oh, that looks good, you know, and then you upload it and you realize, no, that really isn't very good. So I do have, this is an HD camera, but yeah, it's old. Like I said, it's pretty old. I think it's time for a new one. So I did order one, and yeah, anyway, hopefully that'll make a few little changes. And that's all I've got for right now. So, you know, the next segment will be joined. It'll be, you know, a longer video than 10 minutes. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, you guys. It's been days and days. Sorry. Yep, so I did do that flip and covered that with the diamond glaze. Nice and shimmery. I'm probably going to add something else to here, like I said before. Probably stamping something decorative down the edge there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this. So like you saw before, that was going to be added on that flip, but then I changed my mind. I'm going to put it here. You know, I could do it this way on another page. Here. Yeah. That's probably going to be nice. I think I wanted it this way because if this is down at the bottom, you have more room before you hit something bulky to write on the other side, if you know what I mean. Yep, I think I'm going to add it onto this side. Let's take this out. So I'm uploading a video on my wig channel right now. The wig I'm wearing right at the moment. Just picked it up. Really love it. So what's been happening with me? Not a lot really. I had friends in for Super Bowl Sunday, which was a lot of fun. But I'm paying the price of buying a bunch of food that I don't typically eat anymore. And nobody wanted to take anything home. And then I found out after I'd already ordered everything that most of them are on Weight Watchers. So I had a ton of food left over, a crazy amount of food left over. But that's fine, you know. Like I said to my son, he's all freaking out because, you know, he doesn't want me eating that stuff. He knows how hard I've worked to get where I am. And I said, you know, I mean, every now and then, nothing wrong with it. There really isn't. So long as you get back on the horse, right? You don't wait too long. And so that's what I'm doing now. I have my husband home. Well, he's home all the time, but he's not doing any kind of side jobs at the moment. He just had his cortisone shots in both knees yesterday. So I've been yelling at him, don't get up, I'll get it. He's not supposed to do anything after he gets his shots done for a few days, 2 to 3 days, so that the cortisone works well. It's so funny too, you know, when he was still working, because he's been getting these cortisone shots for years. When he was still working, he never told me that that's what the doctor had said, because he wouldn't take any time off. He'd go right back to work. Yeah. Then I find out, oh, yeah, the doctor said I should take it easy for a few days. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you tell me now, right? Such a man. Anyway, so I've been yelling at him, don't go down the stairs, I'll get it, kind of thing. So that's where we're at today. I ran across the border. I don't know if I want to add that. This gives you the opportunity of putting other things in there that are bigger. If I put this in the corner, I think I'm still going to do that. So this one comes with the kit from Janice, And the other one is one that I designed. I'm not sure that she's got it in her store yet as a free download, but I will link her store in the description box so that you can go and see if she's got it in there yet. I haven't talked to her for a few days. She had computer issues, you guys, so it's one of the reasons it's been taking her a while. The other is that, you know, she has an actual secular job and doesn't have the opportunity to craft as much as I do. Let's say that. And so sometimes it takes her a while. But rest assured, she will do it. Okay. Get that in there. See, sometimes I get a little glue. I didn't think I had any ink on me, but it probably smeared off from that. Okay, then this one, so you notice if you cut these out that I did flip them. So if you cut, let's see, if you put one this way, the diamonds will go in one direction, but if you do the other one, the diamonds will go in this direction. So it really just depends on how you like the look to be. I've just printed these on a 24-pound weight because they don't need to be super strong. Just give you a little something to hold whatever in there that you're going to slip in as ephemera. My voice sounds a little raspy today. Okie dokie. So that gives you room to journal, but you can also tuck some ephemera in there to get extra. And then on this side, what I want to do is a little flip up. I miss doing these. Now let's measure. See how big I want it. I think I want it to end. I do 3.5. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to do 3.5 by. So 6, maybe 6 by 6. Let's try that. Let's put that in there so I don't lose it. Or maybe 5 by 5. 2.5. No, I kind of want 6. This one's not going to cut it for me. Oh, where did I put my other one? Oh, it's over here. What happens when you clean your craft room? So I cleaned it for my company, and then nobody really came in. I thought, oh, didn't have to go to all that work, did I? But I did anyway. Okay, I'm going to go 6 by 6. Approximately there. I hate that you don't have that 6 mark. It's probably slightly more than that. Whatever. Okay. As long as I do it even on both sides. Which, of course, with crinkly paper, you're never going to get it perfect. And put that over there. Just down here. Wrong way. There we go. That's probably not going to work. It's probably going to be way too big. Better too big than too small, though. Yeah. See, that's the thing about crinkly paper. You never really get it perfect. That's okay. I can trim it out. Not a big deal. And I want it on this side, I believe. Yeah, see, that's huge. That's cool, though. I think I'm going to leave that, but I'll have to trim it a little bit. So, let's go. I don't want it that small. I'm going to take this much off. And I'm just going to even this one out. So the fold is incorrect. No, still too much. So we'll go. Gonna work? No, just a hint more. A hint, a hint. Okay. Let's see if that works. Yuppers, it does. Now, normally, I would glue it and then clip it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do that right away. Let me grab my, like I said, I cleaned up, so I put everything away. There it is. That's gonna work. It's gonna be awful close anyway. Okay. So I just need some glue along the cut edge. It's really hard to get things to line up perfectly when you with tea stain paper because it isn't flat. But I'll do my best. So this is the part that I worry about is here. If I can get that lined up, if anything sticks out, you can always trim that up on the edges, you know. But it's this part that you'd have trouble, this part right here, that you'd have trouble fixing. Then take my bone folder, wow, must have put a lot of glue there. sure you get any glue off that squeezes out, or you might end up closing your page, which you didn't intend to do. Okay, now what do I want to put on here? I have these circles that she provided, which are really cool. Oh, and you know what would be pretty is that little doily. What did I do with it? Ah, well, that's kind of cute, right? And it fits perfectly. There's a bunch of holes that didn't poke out though, so I'll have to poke those out. Because I want it lacier. I wonder what it would look like if I did it that way. That's kind of cool too. Kind of like that one. There's a different one. So there's the crows, and this one goes this way. That's cute. I think I'll use that one. There's a lot of color in that. But I need to get this all poked out. What I really should have done is run it through again, but I put everything away and then forgot about it. I will link this store that I bought these from, and there'll be coupon code as well. I am sponsored by this store, however, I don't have a lot of their stuff. Everything I've gotten so far, I've only had one order from them, but everything I've gotten I really like, except there was one thing. Oh, I guess those little sticker thingies that I got from them, which I didn't read. It's my fault. I didn't read the description very well. And they're little frames, but they're tiny, and I didn't realize they were going to be super tiny like that. They'll be good for layering, and you can change the color up. I don't know what I did with them. If I find them, I'll show them to you guys. They're somewhere around here. But like I said, I cleaned up. Yeah, I don't see them. What I do see though, I've got these little playing cards. These Tim Holtz ones. This will be neat to use some of these maybe. Now, she called it Masquerade. I could use the M. Oh, that'd be cute, right? I just have to find the M. There we go. I think that's a neat idea. These are Tim Holtz. Ideology, little playing cards. I think this is from one of her kits too. I had that tucked away. Didn't you know? I thought perhaps it was in here. It isn't, but I do have one of these. Ooh, those are cute. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. That's how my brain works. Or doesn't, whichever. I'm going to pause this while I finish this off. Okay, I'm back and just deciding where I want to put this, because if I center it properly, I'll lose a lot of the bird. So, unless I do it this way, I think I'll do it this way instead. I'm going to just rim it in black. anything else under it? Did I already use that big one? I did, didn't I? Let me just grab the die. Yeah, that won't work now that I think about it because of where I want to put it, but that would be kind of a cool hinge thing. I have an idea. It'll be for a different page, but I have an idea. Okay, so this one I am going to just glue it. Try and center that. Okay. All right. So if I put that on there, then it can still flip up. You don't lose your page journaling. Now, do I want to add this as a tuck as well? I could. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything to leave it that way. Let's see, where do I want it? That should be enough. I'm going to straighten this one out a little bit though. Okay. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you, I knew there was something else. I had to get a new printer. I killed mine. And I had a spare printer because at the time of buying this, the printer I've been using, which was a Hewlett-Packard OfficeJet Pro 8710, I believe. I had printer issue, like print head issues. So when Hewlett-Packard replaced it, and they were great. And the guy on the phone, he said, you know, really, if they're that inexpensive right now, because I think it was around Christmas, year before last, that I bought it, so it was really cheap. I think it was $108 Canadian, which is pretty cheap for a printer. He said it's cheaper for you to buy another printer than if your warranty wears out and you have to replace the print head again, it's going to cost you more than buying a new printer. So I thought, okay, fine. So I bought a second one. Well, I set it up, and I think the first couple pages worked great, and then after that, didn't work. Print heads were shot, and anyway, long story short, I had to go and buy a new one. So I now have a Hewlett-Packard OfficeJet Pro 9010. I wanted to stick with the ink program through Hewlett-Packard, which is a phenomenal program. It's called Instant Ink program. And I think I already did that one. Not sure I did this side though. So my husband and I went shopping, and we looked at the one that I ended up buying. And I opened it up, looked inside, and thought, oh, perfect. It's the same cartridge, like it'll hold the same cartridges. Because I had registered so many different printers with them and then had to return some and whatnots, which they'd already sent the cartridges for. So I had extra cartridges, which in my business is a good thing. Instead of having to wait until they ship when I run out. I don't know why in Canada it just seems to take a little bit longer than what you guys experience in the States. It can take 5 to 10 days for me to get my ink cartridges. Well, you know, sometimes I'll completely run out in that same day that it gives it the message that I'm running low. I'll run right out. And then I have to wait 10 days for my ink to come. So it was really great having the extra ones on hand. Anyway, I went to put the ink cartridges in because the ones that are sold with the machine are tiny. They don't hold much, and I was only able to print a couple of pages, and then I ran out of yellow. So I go to put the yellow cartridge in, and nope, they don't fit. They are, it's marginally different, but obviously different enough that I can't get the print heads in and print cartridges in. So yeah, little disappointed in that. So anyway, today I packed up like a ton of them. I think I probably had 8 maybe maybe even 10 that I sent back to the company, unused, brand spanking new. You know, like there's no point in keeping them. They're not going to serve me well. And so now I'm waiting for the shipment to come. Well, I ended up buying one yellow because I was right in the middle of printing out the Graceful Women to put in the store. Well, I ran out of yellow. I couldn't wait 10 days to print the rest of the kit. So I bought a single yellow cartridge from Staples, $45. So with the ink program, I can print 300 pages per month for $10.99. I believe that's US. So I think it's 12 something Canadian. 12 something, you guys. If I run out of yellow 4 times in a month, I still only pay $12. And they automatically ship it to me when I need it. So it's a great, great, great program. Especially, you know, for what I do. I mean, I do try and keep a good stock of printed kits in my store. But if I'm at my limit of printing for that month, then, you know, I can only do what I can do. I tried upping it to the 700, which is like a lot of printing. But it was great for that 1 month. And then the next month I had tons of rollover pages, which is awesome. You don't lose what you pay for, which is wonderful. But, you know, on top of the 700, and then I had 600 rollover pages. I thought, okay, I don't need to spend $24 a month for that. I'll go back down to my $300 a month. That seems to be pretty good. It just depends, you know, it goes in spurts, but that's the cool thing about this program is at any time, if you find you're just not printing a lot, then you can lower it to, I think it's as low as 50 pages a month. I think with those smaller ones, though, you don't get any rollover pages, which is totally fine. It's still, I think the cheapest is $3.99 a month, which, come on, that is phenomenal. Anyway, there's no penalty for changing it in a year. Like, you don't have to have it, the 300 pages for 1 year before you can switch it. You can switch it every month if you need to. Yeah, it's a wonderful program. But like I say, when you're switching printers, like I was trying to buy one that was going to hold the same cartridges as the previous one, but yep, it didn't. So it took me forever to set it up too. If you guys have ever set up Hewlett-Packard printers, and I've done it tons of times, and I have to say every single time I have issues, every time. I end up figuring it out, but it takes me hours, literally. You know, maybe it's just me, but I'm pretty good with the tech, but I'm certainly no expert. And anyways, it's a lot of the times it's not really the printer's fault. It could be your network, you know. And my internet, for some reason that day, was super spotty. Like, not spotty, that's the wrong word. It was slow. But the funny thing was, it wasn't slow for my husband, like when he was on his phone. And when I was on my phone, it seemed fine. So after all of that and getting to where I wanted to throw the stupid thing out the window, I was getting really, really frustrated. And wasting paper, you know, trying to print to get it to work right. And oh man, it would start and then it wouldn't finish printing. Well, that counts as a printed page, so that kind of ticked me off. Anyway, it turned out all I needed to do was reboot my actual computer. I rebooted the printer several times, but not my computer. And when I did, everything worked fine. I was so mad that I hadn't done that sooner, because I wasted literally hours trying to figure it out. So when all else fails, don't just reboot your printer, which they tell you to do. You know, they tell you to power it down and then unplug it both from the machine and from the wall socket. And I used to wonder, why does that make a difference? But I read something about how it discharges the charge that's still in the wiring so that it's back to not having any charge in it at all. So that kind of made sense, actually. But I did that several times and it didn't seem to work. And so like I said, ended up rebooting my computer because my husband said, well, I don't know, I'm not having a problem. He goes, have you tried rebooting your computer? And at that point I hadn't, not thinking it was my actual computer that was giving me the issues, but it was. So there's my advice. Reboot both. Then you might find it just much easier. That one. So I thought I had inked all these. Apparently I didn't. So this is rather boring. But I don't know what I want to do next in here. You know what I think what I might do, you guys, is go back and watch some of my older stuff and get some inspiration that way. Oh, thanks for all the comments on what to name this kit. Not this one, but the one that I showed you. That I'm almost finished, by the way. The pages, not the actual full kit. I have one more page to go. I'm kind of taking my time because I can't print it. I have 11 sheets printed, so I'll be working on the 12th one today and getting that done, and then I'll work on getting the ephemera started. So you've given me some good ideas for ephemera, you gave me some great ideas for the name of the kit. I've gone with Gina's suggestion of bellissimo, which means beautiful, and you guys had some really great ideas, so I appreciate that very much. But I thought bellissimo kind of sounded nice, right? So that's what I'm going with, and I hope to have that in the store sometime this weekend. Depends on how much I actually want to sit and work. My back's been really bothering me lately. And sometimes it's hard to sit and craft for too long, and then it's hard to sit and, even though it's my really comfy chair that I work out of, it's my lower back that's been damaged, so sometimes it just doesn't matter where I sit. I have to get up and move and stretch and, yeah. We had snow again the other day. Didn't stay, well, it kind of stuck, but not really on the roads. The grass was cold enough for it to stay, but now it's been raining, so it's pretty much gone. They're calling for maybe one more day where we might get a little snow, and then it's supposed to warm right up to our normal temperatures, and we're supposed to get an early spring this year, according to the groundhog anyway. We'll see. We've had tons of rain though, my goodness. There's been mudslides and flooded out roads, and boy, we crossed this road coming home, and it crosses like a little river. It's not a wide river or anything like that. And there, just to the right of the bridge, there's this station, and the station has a light on it. When the light is blinking, that warns you that it's high. And boy, was it high. I'd say it was maybe only a foot below the bridge itself. I don't think I've ever seen it that high before. And it's right in the flats, which is where all the blueberry farmers are. And I mean, it looks like a lake. Their properties look like lakes right now. All the houses that they build out there, like they're building mansions out there, right? These ginormous houses. But they're all up on these big, I don't know what they're called, but you know how you pack the ground first with really heavy dirt? And typically they used to take the dirt away once it's been compacted for, I don't know, a year or so. They take the dirt away. Well, in this case, they're not, because they're on the flats and they do get flooding. So they've built these really, really huge homes. Some of them literally look like two homes stuck together. They're that big. They're mansions. They're mansions. They're farmer mansions. But they have several families living in them at one time, which is pretty cool when you think about it. Great way for everybody to have a nice house, but it's all on one property and your family, but you're separate, you know. You have your own wing kind of deal. I think that's kind of neat. Maybe I'm part Italian, I don't know. I think that, you know, Western people they just can't wait to move out, get out of their house, get away from their family, start their own life, and have their own stuff. But Europeans think differently, you know. It's all about family, and I grew up with a ton of European people, and I like that concept myself. As long as they had their own private entrance and so that you could escape if you had to. If you had just a little bit too much family for the day, you still had your own, you know, little house, and I think that's neat. And I love those carriage homes. My goodness, they're so adorable. And there's a lot out here where I live. It's the way to go, right? It's, you know, they usually rent them out and then they can cover their mortgage payments. You know what I don't have is I don't have envelopes for the center. That's what I don't have. So I guess I'm going to have to make some envelopes. I guess that'll be my next project. I'll find some paper and I'll make some envelopes and I'll film that, because some people don't use their envelope maker too much because they're afraid of it, and I get that. I was at first myself. But yeah, I always put an envelope in the center because I like to cover up my stitching. So I think what I'm going to do, oh, I have this one too. Forgot I wanted to add this in here somewhere. That's what I'm going to do. I'll make some envelopes. So I'll stop this here, and I'm just going to join all these videos together, provided it's not 3 hours long. If I don't join, you'll know, because I'll finish here for this video. Depends. This is 22 minutes. Yeah, I might have to do another video. So I'll start the next video making the envelopes. This one I'm going to add to the edge of a page somewhere, maybe at the back, because it's pretty thick. I did it out of a card. And like I said before, I'm wanting to do more on this kind of page. I don't want to cover this up because it's too pretty. So I'll probably put it here. So we'll add that there, and I don't have to decorate that one at all because the paper's so cool. Unfortunately, you don't get that in the kit. And it's not quite as long as my page. So I might do it as a belly band and add maybe a little trim at the bottom. That's probably what I'll do. Okay. I do have this. It's not trim so much as, I like this stuff though. It's cool. Music note. If I stain it, do it at the top and the bottom. Yeah, maybe that. We'll see. Might do something prettier. Anyway, I gotta stop it here, you guys, and I'll start on another video. Talk to you soon. Bye.